Well, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the Seawall Podcast. I am your main host, Matt Courtwright.
And I am Levon Dunn. And welcome to Dysfunction.
Yes.
Dysfunction function is what we're doing tonight.
Kind of just going off the cusp today. Like, we don't have any, real details of how we're going to do it. We've got some ideas of what we want to talk about. But really, we're here to hang out, get it on tracks, and talk about what we've been up to in the off season, and how this new season of 2024 is rolling out.
Yep. Honestly, I don't know when this will air or anything like that, but I think the viewers kind of get to see a little bit of behind the scenes of what our interactions are like, instead of just surface level when we're interviewing people. Not a lot of people get to see that.
I don't always want to act like it's hard with this sometimes, because you end up feeling like you're acting like a robot. Speaking of such, the microphone. Okay, here's a good example, guys. You don't know because you haven't done a podcast with us yet. And how I got to look into the camera, so you see me looking at you, and it's I'm guessing I'm breaking that third wall, or is that fourth wall? Yeah, I don't know. Two in the pink.
You see what I mean, though. But you see what I mean by my introduction.
We do that every time before we do it. Like, oh my gosh, I'm nervous. What should we talk about?
Well, especially if we were doing a live. Imagine if we were doing a live right now, though.
Yeah,
we'd be fucked.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're human like everyone else.
Exactly. And that's what we want to bring. That's what we want to bring exactly to this episode tonight.
Yeah,
we're without one of our wingers.
Yeah. Nick is busy tonight doing family stuff, which we totally respect.
Props to him for that.
Yeah, and that's that. Well,
anyway,
talking about like, share, and subscribe. Please make comments. Tell us what you want to see in the future. Don't be shy. Shy people don't get heard. Speak up. We like it. Even if we don't agree with you, hey, gave us something to think about. Thank you.
But here's the other thing, too, to that, right? Not just online. Come up to me in person. Say it to my face, please. Right? What don't you like about the show? What do you like about the show? But more importantly, honestly, what don't you like, and what can we do better? Say it to us. Say it to our face. I'm not trying to be like that. You know what I mean?
I'm so used to people being so negative that I sometimes don't encourage that behavior, because it's so easy to be negative.
It is.
I'm the kind of guy that's like, hey, I don't like this, but before I bring this to your attention, I like to have a solution for the problem, right? I don't like that you wear that shirt. Instead, how about you wear this shirt? Concept, right?
Right, or think about the shirt that you're wearing. Bring it back to the root, right?
Yes.
Think about the shirt that you're wearing.
It's easy to find problems. It's hard to find solutions.
Exactly.
And some personalities have a problem for every solution. And those guys, listen, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. Nobody really does.
Something you and I talk about behind the scenes all the time.
All the time.
Because both our jobs are problem solving and helping people with their lives and helping them get to a better place. Mine tends to be finances. Yours is mental health. And both bring a light to people that they otherwise wouldn't even know about.
Right.
Outside of, that's what we do for livings. A lot of people don't know what we do for livings. I've done home loans and real estate appraising. One of the youngest in the state. I was 25 years old. The average age is 58 to 60. I'm really good at my job. I'm not going to go on about it, but I'm really goddamn good at my job. And I started doing home loans for a decade and finances. And a lot of people don't have those mature conversations about their finances. So somebody like me comes involved that can be very direct and ask you direct questions about what the results are and why you made this decision, and so on and so forth. And a lot of people are really shy, timid, and embarrassed at the end of the day about the decisions they've made, because a lot of times people just don't talk about it. They don't coach them. Parents don't teach. And sometimes your parents simply just are lost. They don't know any better either. And so they don't know how to tell you what to do with your finances and such. And then I come in and, ask the tough questions that need to be asked so you can qualify, and they don't know what to do with it. And so, like, I'd rather have a solution for your problem than just tell you, hey, you made some really terrible decisions.
Yeah, definitely. Seems reasonable. And that's, like you said, we kind of have that in common in that sense. Is I've been working in the behavioral health field for, God, going on almost a decade now.
Wow.
And
and
now,
at your age, that's a long.
it's a
you're
long
33, right?
33.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was just under a decade.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to the point where I'm in management and everything like that, and that sort of thing. And I never want to come across like I'm bitching about my job or anything like that. I really do love what I do, and love what I do in the community and everything like that. But it is a lot of that, like you said, it is a lot of that, like, okay, that coaching part, but also at the same time, I can't just show you the door.
Right.
Show you the damn door. We've got to come up with solutions together.
Yeah.
It's not just like, hey, I know the exact solution. What if my solution for you doesn't work for you? And that's just the thing.
You got to try something else.
Exactly. You got to build strengths in people. And that's just what I'm all about. And that's why I say about like what you're saying. It's like, well, come with us with the solutions. Come with us from the strengths.
Yes, please.
Right?
Please. We want to make a better product.
Right.
We just don't always have the best ideas. So, like, if you have a good idea on how to contribute, we are in.
Yep.
All right. So we should probably move on.
Yeah, let's move on. We're boring the shit out of people right now. Jesus Christ. You know.
Yeah. Okay. So hey.
Anyway, yeah. Late.
Yeah. You and I both are looking at it. Where I want. Look at the jewelry in the room.
I think both of us are like, let's just get to the freaking point. Like,
yeah,
you and I are the same way, but like, oh, wait, let's take a breather.
Yeah. Ooh, sa. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anger Management.
Go
Great
ahead.
movie.
Because I'm going to take a sip.
Okay, do it.
No. I'm going to take a sip. So you go ahead.
So we got this. Some of you guys know about it. Some of you don't. So I'm just going to go over it like as if you do not. And it was, this is a fan-based trophy. Okay. So it was created out of DC by Front Row Rugby Tours. And it's called the Best MLR Fan Club. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So the first ones to win it was the Gold Diggers out of New Orleans, NOLA. And then they won it in 22. And so then us Seattle fans showed up in NOLA last year in force, like 30 of us. So good. I would really like to do a bigger number this year. We'll talk details soon. And we won it. And they gave it to us, and it was just such an honor. And by the way, when you go to New Orleans, they have a tailgate, and then we were so lucky. We got to come out to the pitch. Everybody's got their tickets, so everybody's legit. And we got to go walk along the edge of the pitch and go up to our seats, from the pitch up to our seats. Not from outside the stadium, come in the gate like everybody else in every other stadium, and then find your place and go to your, aisle 3 through 6 or whatever the heck it is, right? No, we got it from the pitch. What a cool experience in itself. So small, so like not a huge deal to them. It's not like putting them out, but it felt so unique and appreciative. I loved it. And it really made this that much more memorable. So it's our turn this year to give it away.
Can I play devil's advocate real quick? I know it's weird to play devil's advocate
never
on a situation like this, but if New Orleans was to win it back again, couldn't they just say like, well, New Orleans is the obvious place to come. That's why,
right?
I mean, New Orleans is a great time. I've been in New Orleans before. I never, you've traveled around. I have not, but would you say New Orleans is the best place to go on a way trip, or is there something?
I'd say it's definitely a bucket list.
Yeah,
definitely a bucket list. Absolutely.
Because I've been there before. I just haven't been away day.
Well, right now, the only team that's scheduled they showed up. So San Diego and their cohort showed up. I mean, I think there was I think they sold 25 tickets. We'll go off that number. I don't know that there's 25 seats in those. Should I say 25 asses in those seats? That's what I should say, right? But truth is, they showed up. They made their presence. We all had a great time together, like we always do. And I think they're going to win it this year. I mean, we're only 2 weeks in.
They had a really good contingent up here. Yes, they did.
2 home games here in Seattle. So, like, you got to show up to Seattle to qualify for this. But they're the only ones to show up.
So I'd have to say, because I was sitting with Robin and John Watkins. That's right. And I would ask them. There were San Diego fans because I was sat next to them at the Seattle San Diego game a couple weeks back.
Oh, right, when they had their flag and everything.
They had the flag. Yep. Yeah, I took pictures with them and all that.
Yeah.
But there would be San Diego fans that would pass by us, whatever, and I would ask them, like, "Do you know them? Do you know them?" Like that sort of thing, and they would say, "No, we don't. We don't know who they are."
Oh.
I was like, but that's how you know it's a pretty big contingent that's coming up here. Because if somebody asks me, "Hey, do you know that guy over there?" Oh, that's Matt. That's Mikkel or whoever.
Right.
Or Marty
broccoli
or,
Jim.
The broccoli guy. Shout out to all those people. Yes.
Yeah.
Just bringing up names out of my hat.
Yeah, because us in Seattle, like, we are a close group.
Mm-hmm.
I do see some fans that I don't know, and golly, man, I'm terrible with names. I'm good with faces. I'll see people like, but like try to remember everybody's name. Forget it.
Right.
It's not realistic.
But like it's the same faces that you see. But if somebody asks me, like, "Hey, do you know that guy?"
Do you know him? Yeah.
And
I've seen that.
Yeah. I mean, like, even if I didn't know their name, like, I'm gonna, and maybe for you, maybe more for you than myself.
No. It's valid. Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, I've seen that face before, at the very least. But they're like, no, I don't. I've never seen that person. Or so it's like that give and take, right? It's like, okay, we're so big now, we don't recognize each other. That's kind of cool, but at the same time, it's
fan base is growing.
But at the same time, it's kind of scary too.
True that.
Yeah, not scary, but it's getting intimidating at that point, I'd imagine. But
yeah,
it's like our fan base is getting that big.
Well,
we don't
they
know.
got a huge stadium too. Like they, Snapdragon is massive, right? What other kind of stuff we got talking about?
Yeah,
we're talking about some of our favorite things during the year that's happened off season
over the last year. Yeah,
what's your favorite thing that happened?
Yes, in November, we had the PNW Rugby Hall of Fame dinner. And we didn't report this because we were kind of doing more interviews at the time, and so we didn't really have a lot of time to really talk about this.
And shout out to Shannon Nielsen.
Shout out, yes.
Because Shannon put it all together. That girl worked so hard behind the scenes. Nobody really knows that she does what she does unless you're in the loop. Yeah. And she busts her hump doing all this stuff. That lady, like, she must dream about rugby events in her head because she puts on so many, contributes coaching girls and orchestrating the adults. And I say girls rugby because she does Lady Liberty.
Right, Lady Liberty.
Yeah. She is a great mentor. She knows how to, like, have the face, like, all right, I'm your coach. We're here for wholesome reasons. And then she has the whole, like, and then we go out for beers without any kids around, and she can be her interesting, outspoken self, which I just embrace because outspoken people, obviously, we get a bad rep, right? Because we're boisterous and we say things that you're thinking but are shy to say, and that's okay because, that's what we do. That's how we get the shock value. And Shannon is my sister from another mister, and I love it.
It's so true. But that's the social work side of her in her as well.
Let it out, huh?
Yeah,
much
and
like
she's
yourself.
The organize exactly. That's why her and I kind of connect on that level as well. But like the organizer, right? The bringing people together, the community aspect of it, and like you said, it's that
it obviously fills her cup.
Yeah. And guess what she is? She's a Hall of Famer.
Yes. She is.
She's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah. The Seattle Seawolves 2018 and 19 got inducted for their success in the Northwest of rugby. Huge deal. It was fun to see Clarkie and some of the OGs like
Kellen Gordon,
Matthew Turner. Matthew won 1T, by the way.
1 T. Yes.
Yeah. No, I always like to rib them about that a little bit. 1 T.
1 T and the
otherwise
twisted
we'll
T.
just step on them.
Yeah.
2 T's. That's a name. Ha! Ha! Sorry.
Yeah. So what a night that was, though. That was a fantastic night.
Man, it was a great night. After the night, I got to have some drinks with Clarky and his queen, and that guy is a character. When everybody doesn't have their microscope on him, because like he's got so much pressure and he puts a lot of pressure on himself. But man, oh man, when he loosens up, he is a blast. Oh my gosh, he is so like, oh, it's so genuine, so healthy. I just filled my cup.
Those quiet guys, once you need a few beers in them, I can speak from experience. You know,
good analogy.
Have a good time.
I know a guy like that. One of my dearest friends is like that. It's weird.
I wonder who that is.
You might know him. So we'll look for him sometime.
So we're at a Seawall Podcast shirt. Shit.
I love that shirt, by the way. Yeah, I need something like that to keep all my tits together. Jesus.
Yes. That was freaking awesome, man. Freaking awesome.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
What else you got on that?
Well, no, I was going to ask you, what was your favorite moment throughout the year? I ain't get out the hook that easy.
See, I was kind of trying to get out of that.
I know you were, because our next question, I haven't done my research, so
I love it. No, I don't think I have a favorite. To me, so much of it blends together, and I genuinely love doing this podcast. I like we're gonna start doing more interviews, where it's not just us chatting. We're gonna bring some people in. We got some ideas. We're working out the details. It's rugby season, so the schedule is harder to dial in and get people to move, because obviously this podcast is about being in person and hanging out and having a beer together. Okay. Twisted tea, you can call it bitch beer, whatever you want to call it.
Same difference.
So it's the same concept, right? So at the end of the day, I want the social life. I see a lot of podcasts are doing it like the pandemic. I personally did not enjoy the pandemic. I don't like being isolated from my humans. Okay, I like being social. The more we together, the happier you are. Okay, there's a song about it that's 100 years old, kind of thing, or older, and it means what it means, and it's real. We get way more satisfaction and camaraderie out of being around each other in person than we are on a television, even though geographically that's what we have to do these days, and it gives us more opportunity. So I see the tool and how it works. I just would prefer in person.
Could you imagine if we did the Clarky interview remote, if we did Jonah and Marcus
and
remote?
Could you imagine? I've seen other people do the Clarky interview remotely, and it's just not the same thing. And especially when he's like, I'm buzzing. Like he's just in the moment, man. Like he's like, I'm buzzing.
Next
you
time
guys are falling asleep. You guys are taking a wink or whatever.
Clarky, next time we're getting a pint in front of you.
No.
We're splitting the G.
I like
We're
it.
Splitting the G. We are. You said we would.
Right. You said, not my real dad. You said.
But could you imagine, though, for a minute, like any of those interviews we did over the last year?
Not in person.
Not in person.
Yeah. Kevin Flynn was a really good
Kevin
Flynn. We both have a man crush on Kevin Flynn. I will openly say it. His wife is really cool, but I'm kind of sweet on him, and just all that he contributes, and how open and honest he is too. He might not think he's a genuine. He might not think he's that mentor, but that's kind of the beauty of it, because he'll say things in private that will remain in private, but they're just making more genuine. It's really healthy.
Yeah.
I enjoy that part of him. He takes on a lot. He puts out a lot. Yeah, he puts out a lot.
But anyway, yes, Kevin Flynn. That's one of my influences, absolutely. And
yeah, shout out.
And like shout out Kevin Flynn. And like you said, genuine guy. all there is to it, really.
Yeah.
Just and that's the thing is, once you say someone is a genuine guy, man, there is not, like, in my book, there's no wrong you could do.
Sincerely.
Seriously. Anyway.
So we talked about the dinner. We talked about Kevin. What else we got, buddy?
Well,
as he's looking down, like, this is so like, hey, look at everybody. We got this right in here. We'll see. And he likes to, I'm like, let's do it. Let's go. Come on. He's over here like, let me think about it for 5 more minutes.
Well,
I don't know. I just kind of have these feelings. That's why we balance each other out. Like, I'm the guy like, let's fucking go, guy. Let's go. Green light. Let's go. Go. He's the guy at the front, like, playing on his phone. Like, I don't know if I want to go yet. Like, nobody's invited me. I don't
because
know
then you go like, if we go, you go. And I'm like, what did you think about this? You're like, oh, wait, yeah, you're right. Oh, shit, yeah, you're right.
I don't think
the ref from the other day.
Oh, the ref from the Miami game.
Yeah, the Miami. Yep.
Yeah. Do you need that next to you? There you go.
Doesn't matter now. It's our last subject.
Yeah. So we talked about the referee for Miami. What was his name?
Yeah. So when we were all up there, let me tell the story.
Yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Because I know you're like, what's his name? What's his name? So when we were all up at a Watershed, which, by the way, if you have not been to the Watershed after the matches, go there. It's a lot of fun. So on and so forth. We have a merry time.
Yeah, we like to go to Trenchers at the beginning.
Trenchers at the beginning.
We go 2.5 hours early because we got to leave an hour before the game to get to the game. We don't want to walk in the very last minute.
It takes time.
And there's always everybody piling in that place and parking's a go around and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the game, we have a hoot, and then afterwards we stay on the campus, if you will, and we go up top. There's a restaurant called Watershed. That's what Levon is talking about.
Yep. Thank you. Exactly right. And they have pizza, so if you're like fucking, really
starving,
really needing something, oof, yeah. Anyway,
it's clutch, man, especially after you've been drinking for 100 minutes or whatnot, and then the pre-funk and all that, like that. Dub is the spot.
Honestly, like, Dick's is great and all, but man, a hot pipe of pizza in your mouth. That's what you need. Anyway, so we're sat up there in the Watershed. We're all starting to leave, and then Mongo, our boy Mongo, is over there and talking with the match officials, since he's a official himself, the best official in the world. Absolutely.
Don't let him hear you say that.
What a lad. Anyway, I say what's up to him, and then I have that lanyard around my neck. And
you've been keeping your stickers from the Seawall Podcast.
Yeah. So as all the season ticket members know, we were given these lanyards. It's not like we could really put anything in it, but
right.
So I took it upon myself, slapped a Seawall Podcast sticker on there, and put all my stickers in there to give out for the night. So this guy, they're all dressed down by then. You don't know that they're the match officials and stuff.
Right. They're not still wearing their kit.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're in like MLR gear. And so it's like, okay, And this guy comes, he's standing next to Mongo. He's like, hey, Seawall Podcast. He's like, I know you guys. I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah.
Did you blush?
Probably.
No, seriously, like, you shucks.
I mean, like, well, yeah, a little bit. I mean, like, a guy in an MLR jacket asking me about Seawall Podcast.
Yeah, no,
it's like, wait a minute, who is this guy?
Because I remember you afterwards and how, like, you were so lit. You were, like, so excited about it.
Well, I was lit as well. But yeah.
No, you don't say us. No.
So yeah, he's asking me. He's like, I'm boys with Lance from Great American Rugby, and he's like, he was on your podcast and all that stuff. I was like, I was like, who are you? Like, what's your name? This sort of thing. He's like, I'm Cisco. I was the match official for the evening, or however that was brought up.
By the way, Cisco kid, he was a friend of mine.
Cisco. I love the references.
Yeah,
love the references. War. That's right.
Yeah, little old.
Kid, he was. Oh, anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to subject you to my singing.
Oh yeah, karaoke later tonight. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So it was like, I was buzzing, absolutely buzzing.
It's awesome.
So I gave him a sticker, and if I had a pin on me, I would have given him a pin. But
oh yeah, well, you only had 33 pins.
Right.
Can only give away so many.
But to someone like that, I would.
Yeah.
Someone like
Matter
that.
Matter of fact, I wish you would have said something. I think I had him on me.
Shit. Oh well.
Yeah. Hindsight.
Next time.
2020.
Hey, Cisco.
We'll see you at another game.
Coming out, bro. Yeah. Yeah, we got you. Come. Right.
Yeah.
Spots right here.
Cool. That'd be cool.
Come on by.
Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah.
Is supposed to be coming to town soon. I think he's coming for the Houston game.
Okay.
I don't know for sure. I do know that I would like to get him on the podcast if it's available in his schedule.
It'd be fantastic.
So I will, flirt with him. Marquise, I'm going to flirt
at least
with
the party bus, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
We'll see what he does. Because, after a game, they're probably pretty tired. It tends to be nighttime. We're up there hooting and hollering, drinking. I don't know. At least we could go to a local pub and then go drop his ass off at the hotel or something.
And that's a good point that you bring up.
And his whole crew. Like, I would like the whole referee
That'd be
crew.
amazing.
Not just Marquise that's so popular and everybody knows him. I want to know who, I don't know who the line judge is, but I want to know who they are.
That'd be fantastic.
And who else is there? Yeah, because the referees are, to me, just
they're people
as influential as the players,
if not more.
Mm-hmm. They're students of the game, and they're some of the smartest people out there.
And they're putting a lot on the line, going out there. And I can't imagine what it's like to be a ref in any sort of sport. I mean,
especially when
I've never been
all this smack. Oh, you didn't call this right. You didn't call that right. Hey, man, how about you get your derriere out there and do it yourself?
Right.
We need more refs, by the way. Come on through.
Yeah. And when has anybody ever said, "Hey, that guy in row J, seat 13, he has a way better view of what
right?
What is what penalty
right.
The scrum
yeah.
there wasn't the penalty wasn't the scrum there." Totally.
Yeah, he's totally right. The referee's an idiot.
So
I don't know.
But no, I think they do such a fantastic job. Honestly, yeah, sure, they get things wrong.
They do. Frederico's had a real tough run because he slows down the game and such, but he came through. He did the San Diego game, and he did a much better job. So he's growing as a referee, which is, just like a player. Just all you ever could ask for, hope for.
Exactly, and these are, some of these guys are still learning too, right?
Yeah,
I can only imagine what it's like to be.
Yeah, and let's be honest, all us as people, you should be growing as a person and changing your tactics.
So shout out to the refs.
Yes.
Shout out to the officials.
Yes.
Good for them.
Yes, amen to that.
Because you're putting your name out there. Things will get controversial at times.
Yeah.
You have to make a controversial call.
And they gotta have thick skin.
You
gotta be able to do it.
Exactly. That's life too. If you're putting yourself out there, you are making controversial calls. So good for you.
Yeah, the quiet people. It's weird. They never make any mistakes, but at the same time, nobody remembers you.
Right.
Playing it safe is overrated.
Playing it safe is playing it way too safe.
It's like you said it twice.
Mr. Redundant. Anyway.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not just Mr. Dunn. I'm Mr. Redundant.
Tastes like schnozberries.
One more subject.
Ooh. What?
Congratulations to our friends at Trenchers.
Oh, yes. Good call.
Kitchen and Tap, or I think it's Kitchen and Tap.
Trenchers down in the Renton
Landing.
Landing.
The Renton Landing.
Yeah. Martin and Audrey are super cool.
And Ricky. My man.
Yes.
All of them are my people, but yes.
They are. They're great. Yeah, we're really excited for them. They've been wanting this since the beginning. Well, since we went down there for the World Cup rugby games.
Yeah, what are we congratulating them for, though? We never said.
Their sponsorship.
Their sponsorship for the Seattle Seawolves.
Yeah. And signed the paperwork.
Yep. And like you said, those early days going back to the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah. Yeah, we had to iron some stuff out, but it's always been on the up and up, so that's what's up. They got an area where they got a bunch of TVs, and it's not like a postage stamp on a large wall or a television like other places. And also, they actually get the games on those TVs, and it's not like a crapshoot when you get there and like, hey, can you put the game on? I know you had this scheduled weeks in advance so we could all come watch it, but you never tested it before we got there. You don't have to worry about that at Trenchers. They know it works.
Yeah,
it's going to work. They're going to have sound on. It's going to be great.
You don't need a pair of binoculars to watch the game.
Right.
You know.
Right. So, it's great. And the food's good. They got countless options for beers.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, they got a wall of beers.
They do.
Ridiculous.
Well, that place used to be World of Beer, so that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But they keep it going though with all the beers that they have on tap. I mean, they could easily pull those, but good for them to fill them out, fill them up, and and yeah. Also, like what comes to mind for me is that party in January.
Yeah.
Wow. Do they know how to throw a party? Do they know how to host events? Or
we had all the Seawalls. Well, not all of them, but a majority of them, and a bunch of fans, all in one place. And it was like we were expecting like 100, maybe. It was over 200.
We filled the place out.
Really cool. Like we filled the place up. You couldn't walk through the crowd. I mean, like you had to constantly say "excuse me," "pardon me," kind of thing. It was really cool.
And it's brilliant efforts such as yourself to make that happen as well. Congratulations,
I like to do it annually. I like to help out the Seawolves, get their fan base and everybody together, and everybody works well together. It's an honor to do it. At the same time, like who else is going to do it? They're also spread thin. They got their responsibilities. I'm happy to do it. And then I got partnerships with you, like helping us do it. Like hey buddy, can you run by there and say something, or ask them about this, or good communication all around.
Absolutely.
It's a group effort. It's not I'm just one of many. It's just somebody's got to start this party, and I like getting the party started. Let's go. Let's go.
And we're going to continue that, and we're going to keep doing
all the away games.
All the away matches.
Especially now your sponsorship. Like somebody said something online was like, how can you have two different watch parties that are 2 miles away from each other? Well, one, they're a little bit more than 2 miles. Not much, but they are. And then it's like, guy, go to wherever you want to go watch your game. If you know that one of your friends is going to one place and not the other, well, I guess you know where you're going, don't you?
See, that's a good problem to have.
Oh, man.
That's a good
Does
problem
anybody
to have.
say that about, like, NFL games?
No.
Like, no. They're like, hey, dude, I got one down the street. I got one, 20 miles down the street. I got all these options to go to a pub and watch my local team play. That's a great problem to have.
Especially South King County. Let's keep it real. South King County is the bulk of where the fan base is. Let's keep it real. And so having,
it's not too far from to travel in down.
Exactly.
Inward too. Yeah.
Exactly. And so like you said, it's like, could you imagine if someone's like, well, I'm having a Seahawks party at Berliner, but over at the local they're having it there too. Nobody thinks twice.
Like, yeah, they can.
Yeah,
they can have as many as they want.
So yeah, exactly. Let's take this as growth.
Mm-hmm.
To see it as growth.
I like it.
So
I like it a lot. I wish a lot of the Seahawks fans would actually like, hey, instead of worrying about who's trading, come on out to a Seawolves game and watch a collision sport that is a lot like your own, and you'll enjoy every moment.
But better.
Yeah, I'm biased too. I'm with you. Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, it would be great to have other Seattle sports fans come join us, man.
No doubt. Yeah.
Seriously.
Come on out, see what it's about. Even if it's an away game. You don't have to pay for a ticket. You just show up and drink a beer, see what it's about.
Yeah. And we will open arms. You'll be welcome with open arms. Ask questions.
Like questions.
Yeah. We like talking. Do you notice?
Can you tell? Yeah, just a little bit. Do you have any shout outs? Seawall shout outs. You know what? I'm going to give a shout out.
Yeah, go ahead.
While he's thinking about it, I'm going to give a shout out as I wipe my nose and all that jazz because I'm not perfect. Dang it. Shout out to my wife. I'm going through some stuff right now with my health, and it's affecting everything in our lives. And it's got to be hard on her. I mean, it's really hard on me, but like outside my little scope, it's hard on her. And she's a ride or die. I couldn't be a luckier man. We're still traveling because I refuse to let this define who I am. And I'll continue to, do what I love and what makes me happy. And of course, within reason of my wife. But we love to travel. We love to go to these games. And we're heading to Utah this week for the away game. And then 2 weeks after that, we head to Chicago for that away game. And then, we keep going. And without her support, mentally and physically, there's no way I could do this by myself. So shout out to my wife for being my ride or die.
It's a good shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's fantastic. Your wife is awesome. I'll go with really it's just people in general. I'm actually going to take a general route here. Everyone that's shown up to all the watch parties over the last year here.
Yeah.
I notice it's the same core group of people that we have, and but also that core of people do bring new people in and become even more of a core. Yeah. So shout out to all those people that have joined us.
Claire, Mikkel,
Mark,
who I like to call Chris. That's an inside joke.
Yeah. Shout out to them and Thomas.
Yes, Thomas. Shadow.
Yeah, I saw that picture.
Yeah.
At the early days. Tabo.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tabo.
Yep. Yeah. And your wife.
And my wife. Yeah. She's been fantastic through all this. Absolutely.
Chelsea's a cool gal.
She is a cool gal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's supportive like none other.
Yeah. Especially with us doing this stuff. Like, it's additional to our normal lives, and it's new, and we really don't know where it's going. And like the fact that our wives are supporting us, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you kids got an idea, go for it. Go ahead and just like go have your day. Go play with your buddies. Like, thanks, Mom, I'm out.
Kind of, yeah.
Look for the bicycles in front of the house. You'll see what house we're at. Whatever. Sorry, old reference.
Oh no, but no, it's true. It's the encouragement of saying like go out there and get it.
Yeah.
Just go have fun. I mean, that's the big thing, right? Is
see where it goes. Fun.
That's what I'm all about.
Well, thank you. Like, share, subscribe, and comment, as we overdone it with the whole commenting thing. And we appreciate you watching. Thanks for humoring us. Thanks for listening. Let us know what you want to see in the future.
Up the Seawolves.
That's called Up the Hounds, Together We Hunt.